was young, Mamma no, I say, na yɛmfa today's patriotic party presidential primaries ya party no sha se edi ho nkomo ebo ho ntoa ma mpanimfo a wono mo hwehwe se party no ebeboa ma mu ba ko atumi adi party nanim abefa Ghana omo hye omo enkomodi ase enne bibia eba na wie na o kyerɛ nyame yadoma abato no abaso na me nsaka ora Oliver Amoako Mr. Oliver Amoako, a chartered accountant University of Ghana na ochre ade na oka Legon lecturers ya wo mususu se ora Kennedy o hene Agyapong ba be di Ghana nimu a ebeko yi school boko nanse men shada follow papa e dey na ekoso
oh say I feel in 75 years
okay
some activities have been underway and I've seen them so call your mama
okay
the academic exercise and
okay okay ya no ama oneso kakra e dey amame wankasa personally e dey na a motive
the way the tourism and I was asking myself sanyama with the enye
yeah
so I just realized that no there is a new hope in the system and I said no my desire saying coming to Aban I think I'm being awakened from it say no come back because there is a new message come back there is a new hope come back there is a new personality and it me tie for a while and I said no we can't stay back. Because Papa any so ade ho or dey ban e ade a man kranhye e man need so 30,000 graduates. They are just national service. They are more than 130,000. 2 years ago, they are 120 something thousand. Until we share this number coming out every year. Sometimes you only way there I assume in the Dubai. That is a man with integrity, and that is a man you can trust because say all the man now we are assured they say okwa no kwari bia wo mo be den. Let me give another example.
Koso.
Honorable Bibia, Oboso can many me partner. No, about Mr. Pombio. Oh, now you don't he says it. Now only Mr. Pombio, he says it. I say no, Munko Bisa Sumesi, Mumisa way. These are people who always want to put their integrity, on the line. Says some na make can say no quality on the line. Says some na make can say no quarrier bisa sumesi and I haven't seen anybody who have come to challenge him.
Okay.
In fact, he goes around talking about say peniophobia mom see ya mom oyo na say o mupa muminiphobia mom see ya mom oyo na say o mupa mumisa sumesi ba ko crowd say mupa mumisa sumesi ba ko crowd say mupa mumisa sameoku the boy ba ko crowd na dey buy he hasn't come to challenge it. So these are people who have high level of integrity in the sight of Ghanaians. And it was a mountain now will be some man for I didn't crown and would also account for
people for fast answer no say okasadodo.
Oh,
one day.
In fact, yeah, but sometimes you know, you move into your taste and I can say, well, it's about star.
Okay.
One say, Obia, a person holding integrity to a highest level.
Okay.
They always want to give you a reference point.
Okay.
But Obia only integrity. Only say, oh, I must say. Oh, almost say. Then they push him to the wall. I say, oh, media no more kind of me can be. But he says it and tell you this is the reference point.
Okay.
Menina ye nie. And it is okasadodo in terms of what? Is it by providing evidence or by providing facts? And a man kasadodo ana. I don't think so. Okasadodo is in which context? Is it okasadodo by providing the facts, or not okasadodo by providing the evidence, which is a worry to you? And that is most people's problem. Say, asemono aya okan na or ma inasoni too much. Sometimes people feel that you should leave it out for propaganda or approach. Until okana sa wankasa pe wona am for the spin at so. E ona bukra oni nyinaso. Oh, okana okabi. I think when it started
winning.
Yep.
One winning. How will you feel?
For me, I'll feel, say, the hope of the youth has been dashed off. The hope for the youth in particular, I say, because for me now, in Mebunu na say two, I will feel my party he will rise up to the call and say that no, stop, because the party call opposition. And that is what he stands for. Only they talk about job creation. That's Masa. Can say no. And so one person made a very funny comment. Say, Masa, even though our party is in power, me as an individual, as a delegate, no opposition. And I'm saying, I don't know, so but I'm not working. But if I was working, and I can feed myself and feed some people who I feel that almost. And so when you speak to the delegate, they tell you clearly, say, Massa, we need a man. A young pie bonus, son, you know what other side is better than. So for the delegate, for now, there will be an argument. And some of them keep saying, Sikani, the Amu bar, at the bar, yet the veggie. Now, Susan can be so swank then. For the delegate, I can tell you they are resolute in their quest to say, honorable power. The point is, we are talking about breaking the eight of our Mofa. Ghanaians are fortunate to tell MPP4 point blank, say, yeah, dear, ya Papa too. Am I fortunate to MPP? Say, yeah, dear, Papa, I didn't know. Some would need bad.
Yeah, Ghana for
a best show when you Ghana for a what did you buy? Yeah, better. You best show when you and until why do you have a candidate who have acceptability in the sight of Ghanaians? In fact, the approval rating is very high.
Very, very high.
Very, very high. So you are fortunate to have somebody with a very high approval rating who have been accepted by all. And let me show you to woman back home. I say, me and this in. But Papa need somebody in the bar. You better man. This is somebody who has been accepted by his own party and those from the other side, and even Ghanaians at home. Why do you go behind him to say, we are giving another candidate? I don't know me, as I now, I do not understand.
Then come Babusa say, would you decide identity?
Nani said, his coming is not, his coming is an unpleasant situation.
Okay.
Yes. The truth of the matter is, say, only say, Ujina year, never pay for how. Say, who rather be next, you confirm, not on your comfort, and how. Somebody told me, Claire, I love honorable. And one thing I can assure you, say, Bibia, what can be, he's capable of doing it. Yeah. Now, I believe he will do it. The only problem is that you can't predict him.
Yes, I don't know what you can't predict him.
And I'm saying you can't predict him in what form? Because you can't predict him is vague. Other than what you mean predict him, I say, you cannot predict him when it comes to standing up for the right and shaming the wrong. That you can't predict him. But you can predict him, say obi nyamwa or mobrophobi wo ho. You can always predict him that he will always go to the aid of them. But that aspect cannot be. And the person went ahead to make a statement or say, say, honorable will come to power. And he will feel that something was done and it was not in the interest of Ghana. And he will say, even though it was his party, they should review it. Or say, and Ebia, yen review no, a bimunso entitlement. And his hand for when he said, or Babema, yen, and Aboy. But the man has said, time without number, I said, I am for Ghana. I am for what? I am for Ghana. And it's individuals are ready say honorable run are always protecting their enclave.
Okay.
They are only protecting their enclave. But their protection is to there. It does not satisfy the generality of Ghanaians. It satisfies a small group of people. And it keeps saying, media, me bama a dom. And the abdominal anywhere bush anywhere now. Abdomen is the generality of the party. And it's it's for the party. And it's claimly said, Yantra party for, Yantra party for, Yantra party for. And the party form, it runs from the top. Young more ministers, young more MPs, young more constituency chairman, young more regional chairman. Let's resource them. Let's build them. It's not saying let's build a particular group of people. And so sometimes people feel that they should build a small group of people, but not a generality. So some of them who are insisting, say, Naminya. But we are also not supporting Naminya. We are supporting a Dombe Ebinya. And when I hear people talk about, oh, honorable, or you, Nance or Bar, they ask the question, why? Now the question is, you are protecting them. On
campus, students,
oh, yes. Last me throw challenge, say, Mopa, where the Emrenico. Now, Quebec said, Nipa Minunfa campus. We are in the campus. Now, share Nanhum Pampine resonates on campus. The honorable is for the youth. And the youth are on campus. Orawa says here, the youth are yearning for him. In fact, there was this debate on this betting issue. And the students were discussing it. Some students said that they side with him. That, so, why the need for betting? And they will even advocate for an increase in what? In the taxes on betting. Why? Because he is a man who has shown, say, I will provide you with an alternative and then tax you high. Not the person who will say, I will tax you without an alternative. Because when you tax me without an alternative, you haven't solved my problem. But he is saying that I will give you the alternative. I will provide you with job and I will tax you. And they are saying that once you give me the job, you should even tax me to discourage me from what? From going ahead. So on campus, so people volunteer to do a survey on campus, say where and in which form that honorable resonate with them, the youth as against the other candidates. In the campus today, we are only waiting for Saturday evening, that is tomorrow, so that you see haywire in Ghana. When I move out, I catch you say, honorable, we need Ghana better.
No, they said the election is over.
Yes. Now, from campus.
2024 election.
It's over.
It's over.
It's over. And everybody is saying it. I don't understand. I think I will keep appealing to the delegates. Say, Oka Kotwaba, Sikrum, Nebisa. And you're late here. And now, baby, I will be out to Sikrum, Nantequan, Comarkets, Frau Sofo, Frau Dicken, Frau church members. Say, and you know, 2 mission in some. Kotwaba. Sa abana mi kokobeti. Me pesa mo bua me na me gina sie no ewie peye. Abana me tonkwan. Fa sheet of paper na ye tally. We now take it. We are just go. And you'll be surprised that majority of Ghanaians are yearning for honorable. So for me, I keep telling people that tie na nipa kan. Tie na phone for kan. Tie na so for kan. Tie na sorry me kan. Tie na market me for kan. Tie na school for kan. And tie na membu kan. This election is about the future of the youth. I am one of them. So I keep saying it is about the future of the youth. Let's not afford to disappoint the youth because we hold the key to either transform them forever or destroy them forever. And me, I am saying, say we or China, na Franka kuta honorable, mebu dachi forever and ever is secured. Can I show you? Forever and ever is secured. Me an analysis in terms of the value chain in the policies he has done. I told people that let's even take the tourism industry. What job opportunity does it offer? Right from hoteling, flight reservation, inner transport, food and beverages, all these things, cleaning services. Sanyama we na nipa adwuma. Sanyama we na emasika nipa botom. Sanyama we na sikaba nipa botom. A man a dignified life. Sanyama ways to transforming the economy because the economy is all about goods and services turning around. Now Sanyama way na and Emma a Juma a friend Emma or mine share or mine. And so for me, I have been telling people time without number say policy is honorable kind in Narano. Emma Juma. Agric mechanization, Emma Juma. Tourism, Emma Juma. And there is one thing even about tourism. Internal tourism. Now, see, I'm talking for your program. I'm a masquerade way. Come and see food way, any transportation. Car crown maybe. Just see a cock internal ones. Yes, see a cock of Bachocho. Hotels in Yama. And so even the internal tourism itself is a driver for the economic growth. Before we come and talk about what? The external. Because the external one is even bringing the foreign exchange. Dollars, pounds are the air bill. So at the end of the day, we have our country being transformed. And that is what will make our currency stronger. Your currency, the BRK is not strong. It's just because the foreign reserves in the and should not that strong. 2, your export is not that strong. And our import is more. But if we are talking about somebody who is talking about agric mechanization, and is going to use it to boost processing, agro processing, then it means that the exports indirectly will be exceeding the import. And into your currency will be stronger. There is one thing Nipa Bebrand share. He talked about ethanol, which will reduce our fuel by 20%. Do you know the amount of dollars that we need for the OMCs? This offense is a boss in Crawford to bring in fuel. If you are reducing the fuel import by 20% through ethanol, how much foreign exchange are you going to save? And so these are the things that are going to position our country in such a way, say, you see the new bad day, ever stronger. Sanema okay now, so a job creation. Yeah, factory and agro processing. We need people packaging, canning, washing, cleaning. All these things come on board to provide what? Employment. And I say, if Honorable doesn't come, the future of the youth in terms of job creation is bleak. And we need him now, because we cannot afford to churn out 130,000 graduates who have no job, and there is no hope for them. At the end of the day, what are we seeking to do? We are going to produce graduates as a nemisro and maybe more. At the end of the day, some social vices will engulf them. And also Ghana Yempe, because our youth have demonstrated that they are not lazy. Our youth are not lazy.
Mama, you are not a chat to us, and many Padmore to us. Mr. Oliver Mwako, a chartered accountant, now or professionals for Ken. Or shall you University of Ghana and pay or Johnny Emilia? One was a chat to an common brand.
Mano semi chat to Famufa, a district. Animal delegates. Say, me papa num delegates, me mammy delegates, minuanum delegates. In Mebu Amukotuaba, in Southern Sayam. Ghana in its entirety is at a crossroad. We are being presented with candidates. As I say, Coach Uswam, look for a candidate that represents hope, a candidate that represents employment, a candidate that represents transformation, and a candidate that has the key to transform the destiny of Ghana. Who is Honorable Kennedy Agyapong, number one. Mesro, and more being around. Say, and yet she crap dream mebu, not to Abanama honorable. And I can assure you, say, honorable Winnipeg, Ghana has gotten a new Rwanda leader. Yena Kapo Kigami, Nyami Amaya Baku. It is up to us to embrace him.
Yeah.
And let's transform Ghana. Mesre, you mesre. Sheye, na one mobile nada. The future of the youth is in your hands. Nyami Shrao, or Chanko Tuaba, Pachokwasu Yemu, and Kwaya Basa Basa. We have one country to govern. Nyami Shaina. When I'm of Ameda was, one question may say, me try there, but any full time, any part time.
Okay.
But me main profession an accountant.
Accountant, okay. Ms. Meda say he's an accountant, said you okay. Na aja ochra de kakra he's hoping say nyame beboa ma honorable Ken Abana adwuma no mu atumi abie ono so enya bia ye Mr. Oliver Mwako, thanks for coming. Abusuafo dwuma de ne yenya nwie enche ye ne Padmore Baffour Agyapong enso ebeto aso na ye dan ye ho for just 1 minute, just a minute ye dan ye ho aba ye ba Padmore trans na afei ne aka na ye da to aso kopim se ye bewie me din e de ya amofa boache ye na ye homra. Mame no I say once again, Padmore Baffour Agyapong joining me. Now, very quick one, met to us abobo so akopem se yebeko. When him say kwa battle bia no a, wo hia bibia e no na be kire se wo na wo gina ho no. Ya na mpempi na wo say electoral commission for no wo mo book e da wo manimu a, e no na otimidi hunu se bia amfonyi wo so no ne ade. But am passing bia intimesere wa wo kwa o national ID card wo bia say ye Ghana card na say voter ID card. Titru voter ID card sesa ufa ofa no a na wo MPP card nso a na no nso wafa the account national ID card voter ID card and MPP card owa na wafa ma obi an kan che so wo kwa memfa card bia wo card wo honkwa de wo se wo de ko wanhwe yie a obeduru on ye be san kan che wo se san wachi kofie na kofa wo card na fa bra se be ya yisifo no betumi ehunu se eyewa empese ye be pam obi afiri woni empese obi a be fa kwati kwan so afa nyansa kwan so ama afi be wi ase no na be wo se omanfo to no na antumi ankoba ne sa enti kai na hye nso national ID card voter ID card MPP card bia wo bia no fa na fa ko betumi abasa woni MPP card but national ID card voter ID card na say wo passport cry national ID card wo passport no so betumi afa na NIA card nso wo a betumi afa sa kasa ho do nyina betumi de hu say ye wo no emu bia on sabeka bia wo kwa fako Padmore akwa aba
yeah honorable
mama nchia ntri okuforodua na ni ambre bruta or boy juma or Eastern region me ka okuforodua na ma limited Eric or Eastern region na I tell you omo fa aro no so afa
I'm telling you
aro na ye bruta Charlie
anyway
akwa aba
yeah
o monitor crew ma ekọ eni ma ekọ say
nyame adom niema ekọ ne kwan so se ne fe no na member na metie wi interview awe answer na menchia wetie for ne ya hefo hwe especially union mo Madina MPP delegates na nchia kese fi honorable Kennedy Japan ne mia Baffour Japan Padmore ema mo na no pay na abante no ne je conversation bi about approval rating Mr. yes lecture no honorable one topic am say within enne or china say to about we kura wi a say be ko general election 7 December also to was na odi ho djuma because every election bia wo kono ade ehia titiru your approval rating so approval rating ni nyina ne say ye de wudin ekosi abonten a say na o mindfo no
eni pom beto aba no
mo to aba no o mo nsusu ye wo ho no say so o mo ema o amo anase o we die da bi ana we die ewo form say her candidates for no more MPP franka ni nyina why an approval rating what Ghana mam say high because so approval rating was former there is no way oko election oba win unless say wo ye hu bibia ma na basoro but currently we honorable Kennedy Japan free wa menye so three na ka no omu rating I was sort to say the only rating with the Ghanaian public and then no na ya sense de kese ba ko we say delegate ye so at the tour anopa ye tiawa
koso
enra ye hu de see a meeting e course so ene ehun susu so beto abonten ya candidates nyina agya tum say ye nkoto aba ne frenchim de besi bia no ye nyina ye beboa a support party no eye ni gisem ye no asinchen candidates na yo modie delegates ye be kwa akoye die but there's a new development bi a eba town yanhwe anyambo ochina ebetumi abe say the beauty of process na ye hihye for nyambo ochina no enkrani bi beto yanim and we are privy to some of the things going on and say enipa bi epese and we must say IGP na post for mbedi djuma no omuntie ni ye epese omu yusu a police for no bi eyesa djuma no mo de etosu mienu omu pese omu yusu delegates na ekoto aba na omu di line ne so ne bi eyesa djuma no mo de etosu miensa bi pese omu yusu EC officials na bi eyesa djuma no bi mo unu adjuma kro
koso
yesi se okoto aba eni se obi hu de okoto aba ama no enti first ananki akoba sinko for ne de omu nyina but say dey see super delegate na we di we achi pe eti wo to pe di wo tie say na be obetime di ananse so omi hu ye e department si to ma wo ebi ma ye o ma dwen say nyambo ochina no polling centers no mbe mani pa ni nyina ababo boso say na be ye tete mama we agina o twen so be wie ansa ono aba ye besre that distance between the boot na begire mato aba no any line na nipa bedi so no mesre all polling agents omo eye adwuma ma no aboka na Japan omo ntie niye we are going to insist say distance no be adwuma obi entimi enko ben obi search that obehu the auto abama no
na say ye de baby a obegina to aba no apart from answer no ye be barricade ho
yep
so ho enti mo wo ade na ya barricade na chi na mo ato aso aba na we age ne de na we age nti wo kwa akoto a there should be a distance from baby a oji ade no to baby a obeto aba
also normally the barricade no is for say Oma say yeah verify no but mo verify na say wo ko ye two paper na ma wa no na ye timi boso kakra and ho no dey barricade ni ho wo ko yinim no boot nim no ya na barricade ni sa ade no and the next one is say and yam position police for say that police for no betimi asignal because police ni be boot no a obetimi ahu de nipa ne to ama no fire na amfa. The police, say police for Krano, they don't have to be near that place, you know. No delegate and also Ben.
Yeah.
Police need be any so Ben.
Yeah.
No security. Easy for no so much you say, yes, some make sure process, no, so easy need be also new quite say, or Ben boot, no, akore, obia bad your water amano. Because that is the highest form of it to be intimidated to be. Confirm say any pan or tomorrow. Now one to a man. Ya baby, I didn't do any baby and was them say, Dindia, a church, mouth, say, your number, you know. I'm saying,
yeah, and this.
Sent to Sadia, and your crime ben, I said, you never told him, you better force on me who said, I am back over to my. So that is the schema, Koso say. But nyambo china yenyina ye be very vigilant. Na yakotina ho emrana elections committee presidential election committee de ba no ye be enforce emrano. The emrani kan no ye be di so. Yenko pa enko se obi be jono no be share emra foforo. Yes say we MC ya o te say me delegate.
Okoto aba bi akọ.
All delegates tomorrow.
Yeah.
Ye ni MC wo ho. You need party chairman or you need constituency secretary or you need organizer or
you know I spoke to an MCB I mean Nimono Ewa Shanti region and I say no crepe woman say ya by me MC but my nyafi na your co-position be ha me papa edi ade na mo ya no nyine mo ho
you see
na one dey say why na God say power why na God say power your platform I am telling you dey on komo
yeah.
Why na God say power? Why na say position?
Position akọ.
Enyina enim dey ekọ. Na emie ya no.
No correct.
Emie ya no. Okay, James, I trust you na menu ya no na make say bi acho. Emie ya no. Enim dey ekọ, enim dey Ghana for kan dey person to abama no.
Of course. And
and I'm saying I say MC no say medibi. Was na say medibi okra na say wunya bi a metimi aba office. Na no ka kire me.
Party no ho na so bi o say okay, obey okay. And your best process na aba no. Police for easy for obia ndi ni lane nyenye se ne be no I mean my interesting development we see yesterday
cause
the friend meeting constituency meeting with Madina and e ja ye nyina ye kopie mu ye kwaye ye meeting and delegates no by come because that could be your last constituency meeting before Saturday ntino and ja ye kasa ye chia ni bibia it was a beautiful engagement until somebody decided to introduce a Baumia campaign into the meeting. Because we first saw most Yemna constituency meeting, there was no agenda say Bia, ye free meeting no at the Abaye Dr. Baumia campaign. So we all went to Bia by Yao. I wish that person had not even started your year, you know.
Or yeah, and because he's saying,
yeah, me say
delegates, and I say,
and coordinator bako, or no penny bako, casa, or catch and say, hey, do you see no? Me, you machine you. I don't know, what was about penny coordinator? No. Also, me cross a sea and a many executive bako, casa, what do you see? No, Miss me, you machine, papa. Because they were thinking, sir,
Yama delegates
are wide as one and I ye. Now, what seeing some delegates, because you be better delegates. One over chair the end to Abaman.
Wow.
One over chair the end to Abaman. Yeah, the delegates are wise. They are wiser, and they will continue to be wise. Joe can point this and no one over chair the end to Abaman. And the funny thing is, Obi Kwaji microphone. And then he just mentioned the word showdown.
Hey.
Now, let me fancy. Now, the discussion, Yama air coso, yow. Yam Shia, Yam Bochna. Assemble to be more Ghana.
Near free US by an opena, a Hong Kong radio. Sir, about to be on US, you know. I am performing a position, you know. A man on air, tell you, a position. I want to say, Honorable Ken, a year from the US. I want what now. Okohwa hwese o boje ne so ne ade no ndi emfa kwa bi so
neutralizing on US for crime
shoot to down say US for cra empe no na yekoto aba o US no nipa 200 no onya say o say 60 so onya bibi 6 say 60 say be ya US for na me mo US for mo bet me a share say adwuma mo share say me okun kan ho e be mo anwa
o Ghana
wa
sa
the kind was it. So on come when you just said one. So what was share the camera and on the aba on the percentage. What's the percentage on the more novel can from all angles 2022. 2022 new one there.
Service will be back cause
and if you as that to about 12.
I don't because service will be back cause Ghana hey. Joy FM for my site to maybe.
Yeah.
City FM for our site to maybe Ghana Web ABB. Omon pass our resources in the Tiania, can never find a way here. And almost share the margin of people that vote here and then they can hear.
I don't know also for who been paid or say then is straightforward. Near or minor can and one and Yankopon can. Until he's expecting some people for the Canada in Agyapong.
They say the voice of the people sometimes becomes the voice of the Lord. The Nyame air canon and all the Tunipa Kumaso and the dead. And it appears again in the approval waiting. We see your man, wine, and you say, your pen. Many revision can be quiet, you might easy.
More than power.
Yes, see,
which is
any power in my
end this year.
Kuchop. And this year, the easiest of election
we try a year near Koswing in Ukrainian economy, 7 in Ghana for here, and I'm saying
the coolest chop for NDC would have been this. Ghana first way no power. I don't know why.
Delegates, man, far or I can't imagine one new on my what do you want?
Yeah, the honorable. Don't make an Itia woman, your best friend, young watch now, police for Omundi Omulin. So we are police now will see what you contrive to say, who can spy on Obima or Koto. So we are EC officer, now you are abusing the system. I assume my distance, Embra, baby, a boot, Nisi, any nipa. So Obiba near tin paper man, many panning train on to say the water to boot him no, at 12 years, Ephraim, and Bobomo Binko Jobiachi. So Opian Wako. You make sure, sir, Omo edi Omo and she so. Yansu ba ye bedi and she so. But passer Omo ba absent abe bossing call for with boss send a bear who confirm say I'm back wait to my door the the moment I don't be bisano.
But as once again, all corporate na wafa card, national ID card, voter ID card, and MPP card. Card be a bit me identify say one. The bomarding say or the Becomaminchia. One may want Betifin constituency. Fools a bit through over Babe Dekeke. Said, okay, the delegates I want and all. A general bomb buta.
I bet if no Munchen 1 not MP or Alan. and an chairman wo showdown and an MC wo DMB
no watch it
and Alan AC form and MP one on cast on there or support DMB na Alan baby na na can
only now showdown. It's all about showdown. I show Afafranto no and Joe Daniel Afafranto showdown.
Mr. Honorable, say Nyame Adom. Every Musa Afafranto launching is it was a beautiful ceremony.
One tears you. One till your course.
And I launching. That you go
catch us and politics. You see, Afafranto ever show numbers
yeah.
And what they delegate a signal say. Can I catch them with me when I'm in the member? And if I'm coming and these are the numbers I'm in the program. But yeah, done what they is significant.
And yeah, so what shall Nipe or the Fabaco or Yere or Ma or Kunu or multiplying just even by 3. You can imagine, say, at that room, the number of votes will represent. So it was a very good strategy, if indeed it was that plan said, Yama Omumu, your force. And can say, or the other back, it is a year bar. Let's say the weekend.
What is half of Anton? I issue statements. I remember.
Any MPP for one party number.
With them, I actually watch them.
And as a man for a market and market and fire, Madia, someone who don't with the
position straight. No caref. Padmore, that's all right. Production TV and I'm winning. What's on Opa? The best I share, and now you no me, no brim, and translate the brim because when you remember boiling point and so and also because, but my country said, near free US buy, now a way a fast so at the council, or no can crowd vote because US for crowd no more crowd, and for a human and depend because she Nipa that 12 about from US, no mere 12. That's why we did Busasana couple or her. Because last week Saturday, the couple could share with you. The information here said from a year last Sunday, and that chain Sunday Nanu took outside. It's a new no, oh, to go. Wow, Musa, boy, let's go for US. Case closed. My boss, I can't minimum. Sammy, mean, the be a diabolical. But it's a fine and I pay Omafa radio stations, TV stations, we were Hana, Okonwa deal, Bruta. I'm clear one last fallacy. Okay. Omoki Cancer can Japan say, you will find 800 million, 800 million. But the same people know EGD said, Opaya and say Canada Japan. It demanded 500 and no credit. What sort of logic? It demanded $500 million from the Baumia team and Sana was Sifom. Not in Japan. Oh, someone of Payan second. And the truth is, Omum offer me $800 million. And they can't no credit. But they are trying to trace as a can, and they could do no parents and then no credit. Now, can you Japan no parents say, I can't find the number? Period. I was going to say, Mini Edia, I'm for watching Yamea Duma or Chanopa, Ebishia, Acro.